When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, how we doing? We doing okay? I'm gonna get y'all the bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta See right at the beginning. Walaikum assalam, Habiba. And walaikum assalam to all the Muslims. Peace to everyone in the chat. Ooh, Reno, you in the Bahamas? Hey. Oh, you know what, Ray? We might talk about that. Because I saw that. How is we's doing today? Thank you, Reno. Welcome, Brian. Okay, so before we get started, y'all know we having a Cyber Monday sale, right? Right at the top. Like, what you thought? You thought A-Game wasn't going to be on their A-Game? On Cyber Monday? Like, come on. Right? Okay, but we are not going to waste too much time on the dilly-dally. We're not going to wait. Because we going to talk about, thank you, Charles. We going to talk about why black women think they are winning. Because it's a little talk. It's a little yap going on in this space. We dredging up an old argument about whether or not the 304s out here are winning. Now, this is an old conversation for those of you who are new to the content, new to the space. I've been in this space for years. This is a kind of an old conversation, but we got different perspectives. So I'm going to give you my different perspective today on why they think they winning. Let's first talk about the definition of winning. The definition of winning is skewed. Currently, winning is defined as getting money from 304ing. Get money from that. As long as she able to make a few dollars or a lot of dollars, she's considered to be winning. Okay? As long as a chick is able to make some money, whether that be a little money or a lot of money, doesn't matter. It's according to her level. And we're going to talk about the levels. That is considered to be winning. Now, this is a masculine measuring stick because it is men that measure each other, and they measure the soundness of their structures and the systems that they live by the outcome of their wealth, whether they are upwardly mobile. So what that means is men judge other men based on, do they have any wealth or money? Have they been able to surpass the just surviving stage financially and monetarily? Or is this a man that is upwardly mobile? Is he on his way to achieving that? Might be a young man. He might be lining up his ducks to get to that point. So he's upwardly mobile. So this man is considered to be on his way to winning. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. He's considered on his way to winning, or his lack thereof. His life, the way he been living his life, whatever principles he's been living in. Thank you so much, Eugene. The way he's been living his life, the principles or the code, whatever it may be, however he's living his life, has not yielded him any financial progress. He's X amount of years old, and he's still struggling eating oodles and noodles out of a cup. So men judge other men by these standards. Yes or no? Men judge other men by these standards. Well, dude, you're 45. You still running around here scuffling and scraping. So that means whatever you lived by, however you was living, however you see life, whatever you was doing with your life has not been beneficial for you, because you are X amount of years old. You're 45, 46 years old, still scuffling the same way a young black man would be scuffling, just coming out of his mama's house, or just coming out of high school, or just coming out, he ain't found his way yet. You mean to tell me you halfway to 50 and you ain't figured out your way? Thank you, Jamie. So this is a masculine measuring stick. Y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Go ahead, give me up to 200 likes. I got 220 people. I got 142 likes. We gonna cook this today. I need the like button hit so that the algorithm can let YouTube know that the Crimson Cure and the Crimson Ice is cooking today. Okay? So y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong. The men, this is a masculine measuring stick. Men measure each other by the external values and their ability to have achieved them, or the lack of achievement of them. And this is not to say that that's a bad measuring stick. Men are for the external 5 of the 10 life values, and we hitting the charts early. The external 5 of the 10 life values is forced upon men immediately upon his adulthood. So he is urged to get straight, mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth faster than women are urged to do so. Because even though we live in a modern society under the lost value system, under feminism, under the gynocracy, and all that type of stuff, men are still seen as supposed to be the breadwinner, supposed to be the protector, the provider, the problem solver, and the procreator. He's still seen that way. So those external things are used to gauge and to measure his success as a man in life. Thank you, Philip. Thank you so much. So that's his measuring stick. Unfortunately, because we are living in the lost value system, this stick is also being used to measure whether or not a woman is winning. Or in this case, a 304. If she has got the 5 external things covered, She's considered to be winning. This is problematic because that's not really winning for women. A woman's win is not the same thing as a man's win. It's not the same thing. We don't win on the same level. We don't win at life in the same way as men do. Men win differently than women do. I need 250 likes at least. I got 268 people, 270 people, and I got 198 likes. Come on, bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta, You come on, everybody. Okay? So we gonna get really down into this today. So the thought pattern that a woman can win under this system as the same way a man can do is a result of being indoctrinated into this lost value system. It's a result of that indoctrination. See, understand that women are not the only ones that get indoctrinated into this. Do we understand that? Do my Crimsonites know this? That men also get indoctrinated under the lost value system. We don't live in a vacuum. Everybody's living in the same society. We're not living in a vacuum. So social programming works on people, male and female. Outcome might be a little different, but still, social programming. This is what we're talking about. Okay? So I need my Crimsonites to let me know that they understand that men also get indoctrinated into the lost value system. This is what it looks like. I'm going to show y'all what this looks like. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pause this. This is an old flow chart that I had, but it's relevant. Ignore the fact that it say Black Manosphere space, because what I want you to concentrate on is that first blue box at the top, right under the title. It says blue pill men, contented ignorance. He's often gynocratic in his thinking. He supports but does not benefit from the system of feminism and white supremacy. Okay? I need y'all to keep this in mind. A blue pill man. See, this is why the example or the analogy of the Matrix is actually appropriate. A blue pill man is gynocratic in his thinking. What does that mean to be gynocratic? To be caught up in the lost value system, because a gynocrat and that gynocentrism, that's all wrapped into one thing. He's gynocratic in his thinking. He supports it, but he does not benefit. So he's supporting something that is to his detriment. He supports but does not benefit from the system of feminism and white supremacy, because we understand that feminism comes from white supremacy. Okay? I need people to make these links. So there are men, black men, that support the foolishness, but it is to their detriment. A lot of times they don't see or don't understand just how far into the detriment it actually is for them. Somehow they think they're above the fray, but really they in it. Really they in it. Thank you, Charles. Said Maggles uplift the sisterhood of failure. They do. They uplift the gynocracy. They uplift feminism. They uplift white supremacy. And thus, because they uplift them things, they uplift and support all the foolishness that come along with it. Because the foolishness cannot be separated. But that's for later on. Now, when we talk about the lost value system is winning, for women, what that means is she's winning if she's getting money on a small or large scale. Depending on her level, it can be so petty as getting a man to buy her weed or getting him to pay for a condo and a car. Do you understand this? Under the lost value system, a 304 is considered to be winning if she can get money out of the dude. It can be so petty as she can get dudes to buy her weed, and she can get dudes to pay for her nails to get done, and she can get dudes to pay for her bundles. That's petty. That's petty. That's low level. Okay? And she could get him to do that without giving him anything. Maybe some sex, not much beyond that, because that's the transaction. A 304 is a garden tool for all of you. Somebody post the link to the Black Manosphere glossary so you guys can get up on the terminology that I'm using. Okay? So, she's considered to be winning. Now, depending on her level, she's winning if she can get a man to buy a condo for her and pay for it for her. And then another man, or maybe the same man, to buy her a fancy car, either straight out or pay for it for her. She's winning. So what it is that her body, her soul, and her vessel is worth a particular dollar amount. And if she can capitalize on it at her highest point, then she wins. Whatever her highest peak is. If that's the hood chick that can get dudes to pay a light bill and, all this type of stuff, then that's her highest point that she can capitalize. If she's a Brittany Renner type and can get a man to pay for a condo and pay for a car, that's her highest point of capitalizing on what? What she sold, the transaction. What did she sell? She sold her body, she sold her soul, she sold her vessel for this monetary and physical material gain. That's winning. That's winning. The other part of her winning is if she gets men to go for the transaction. Now, I need everybody to look at this. Listen to it. We already almost 30 minutes in. I got 408 people watching, but I only got 268 likes. We got to at least get the 400. Please, please, please hit the like button. Bam, 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 bam. We got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. We got to See, I even mixed up the dance. Y'all don't know. Okay? She gets men to go for the transaction, but not think it's a transaction. If she can gaslight men into believing that she's coming at them sincerely, this is a better win. This is the finesse game. She gotta be in a transaction with men that don't know this is a transaction. He thinks she's coming to the table sincerely, in good faith, and she's not. She's not. This is a transaction, sir. You're just the one in the dark about it. Now, see, the trick here is that some men think that they're able to adapt to it. Thank you so much, Beast That Won't Win. Thank you so much. What they failing to understand, this is the trap. And see, this is still the matrix. Too many black men are cipher. Too many are cipher. They like the matrix and don't want to admit it. Don't want to admit that they like the chaotic foolishness that's going on because they think that they can weave their way through it. They think that they can, as long as they know it's the matrix, then they're somehow adapting to the system. No, you're still being eaten by the system because you're participating in it. That's the kicker box. But they think, oh, if I know it's a transaction, then somehow I'm getting over. And they're not. They not winning over me. They might be winning over y'all, but they ain't winning over me. Fool, they winning over you the worst. Because you know it's a trick and went over there. You know it's a trick and a trap. And you still went over there. You know it's a landmine and you still stepped on it. Huh, boop. Knock that off. That's the dumbest of all. To walk over to a landmine and say, because I know it's a landmine, that ain't gonna stop you from getting blew up when you stand on it. As soon as that pressure change, it's gonna blow you up. The fact that you knew it was a landmine when you stepped on it actually makes it worse. Because you were supposed to be able to avoid that. There was a sign. It's worse than Wile E. Coyote when signs be like, trap, you gonna fall. Don't walk over here. And he be like, nah, I got this. And then he'll go right over there and fall off a cliff. When all the signs pointed to, thank you, Mogul, for the cash out. When all the signs pointed to, it said it was a trap, you went over there. That's not gonna stop you from getting blown up. You still gonna get blown to smithereens. You still gonna do that. Thank you again, Philip J. Okay? You still gonna get blown to smithereens. The third point about 304's winning is that she achieves the external things by any means necessary. Long as she can get the bag, long as she got a degree, long as she got a few dollars, it doesn't matter how she obtains these things. Does not matter. The only thing that matters is if she attains them or not. Doesn't matter what she gives up to actually get them. Okay? Thank you, my love is divine. So here is the thing with this. Under the lost value system, this, what I just talked about, all what I just said, is winning. Is it really winning, though, for women? For women, going through this masculine process and then approaching her life from a pseudo-masculine manner and perspective does not yield her fulfillment. Because if they were winning and they were happy about their situation, thank you, Rob Mack, if 304s and these black women, these gynocrats and hyenas out here was happy with being gynocrats and hyenas, we wouldn't have them complaining about nothing. They wouldn't complain about why the men aren't coming to get them and wife them and cover them. They wouldn't say anything. Because they're already living in a situation where they're not being covered in a traditional fashion. And they are getting the external things. They are having mobility. Black women got more mobility in this society than black men do as a whole. And that's just a fact. That's fact backed up by numbers. Now we can argue and whatever about why that's so, but it is so. It is so. This society makes sure to hand the ball to black women. Goldman Sachs money, anybody? Because there was an update on that money, and I might cover that later on. But they make sure to hand the ball, skip black men, and hand it to black women so she can have upward mobility over black men. They make sure about that. They do that only to black people. They do not do that to other groups of people. They do it for a reason. Okay? They make sure to have black women getting better education. They make sure to help black women get better profession, or at least open the door for her to get different professions. They make sure to help her do that so she can have more leisure time and she can possibly get more wealth than black men. They make sure of it. While you struggle as a black man, thank you T&M Legal Services, to get anywhere beyond the survival mode. They know black men struggle for this. Goldman Sachs didn't say they was going to give the black community $10 billion. They said they was going to give black women $10 billion. That's problematic. So they're making sure that black men are the last on the totem pole, even below his women. Now, since we know that information, what are we doing about it? Oh, nothing. Just supporting the very gynocracy and the very mindset and the very value system that put us in this situation. Oh, nothing. We just supporting the very foolishness that's got us mired and going in circles and not progressing past anything. Oh, nothing. We're not doing anything. Nothing over here. One more point before I go to commercial break. We're going to talk about, when we come back, the actual win. What is winning for women? And why 304s ultimately don't. Let's go to commercial break, and we're going to be back to dig into this. Get the likes up. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, Donnie Keith here, aka Auntie Peaches from the Aunties Radio Show, also on The Voice of Reason. I'm here to say that ever since my man started taking A game, he's been on top of his A game. What? When I say A game, I mean his A game. He's more focused. He's definitely working out more. His attitude is better. And he's not complaining of all over body aches due to poor blood circulation, because A-Game provides great blood circulation, if you know what I mean, ladies. That blood circulation. Sometimes I have to hide the A-Game in the bushes when I'm out walking the dog, just because I want some sleep. If you know what I mean, ladies. Stay on top of your A-Game, fellas. Get your A-Game.
Okay, so we back. Thank you, Beast Won't Win. Thank you so much. All right. there is one last thing that keep black women thinking that they're winning. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know. This one's a doozy. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why they think they winning. One of the main reasons don't nobody like to talk about. Oh, I see a bunch of 1s. What's good, my sister, Miss Danica? She been cooking them lately. My sister been on fire. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Here's the deal. Black women think they winning because black men tell them and show them that they are winning. Y'all wasn't ready for that. Boop, knock it off. Y'all wasn't ready for me to say that. I know you wasn't ready for me to say that. These very men, the ones that I said support the system to their own detriment, are the ones that are telling and showing these genetically modified females, shout out to Danica, that they are winning. Because these gynocrats and hyenas live off of validations. And nobody validate them more than these maggles, these male hyenas. Well, my sister Danica would say these simp lollipoppies. Validate them. What's validating them? Get your money, girl. Get your money. See, here's the trick in the trap. Here's the trick in the trap. This is what nobody seems to be able to understand. I need 500 likes. I got 523 people in here. I got 442 likes. Y'all doing real good on the likes. But come on and get them up. Bam, 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 bam. You got to get the like button. Bam, bam. You got to, So come on in. Here's what people don't want to talk about. The BS cannot be compartmentalized. You cannot compartmentalize the BS of women. Thank you again, Beast Won't Win. The BS of the hyena, the gynocrat, cannot be compartmentalized. You either taking all the BS or you ain't taking none of it. Thank you again, Eugene. It can't be compartmentalized. It can't be separated from the sexual deviancy and activities. You cannot take a woman's chaos to your benefit, but also want her to be this upstanding woman when you get ready for her to be. It does not work that way. It does not work that way. See, people fail to understand why we're talking about a value system, because that is actually what informs everybody what is okay to do versus what is not okay. We are living under a value system that says for her to be a 304 is okay. Not only is it just okay, it's preferred for her to do that, and it offers benefits, or what appears to be benefit, for her to do that. See, you can't have a group of women, thank you 39 Dina, you can't have a group of women that are upstanding, decent individuals as human beings, but also be able to run through them like 304s. That same group of women, you cannot have it. Because in order to be a 304, she does not subscribe to a value system that keeps her from being a 304. Y'all don't understand it, and y'all don't hear me. I thought we understood women's nature around here. I thought we understood female nature around here. I thought we understood that. Either a woman's vessel is broken or it's not. That's the long and short of it. See, her BS cannot be compartmentalized. See, you either taking it, we either want them to be 304s, and if you want them to be 304s, then we can't talk about it. Because with that comes the misandry. With that comes the contempt for black men. With that comes the pseudo-masculinity. With that comes the destruction that she engages in for the family structure, which includes black men and their children, and she will destroy him directly or indirectly. All of that come together. The disrespect and the use of institutions within the environment to destroy black men and everything they build or everything they might build in the future. See, y'all, it go deeper than whether or not these chicks is transactional sexually. It goes so much deeper than that. The system that we live under goes deeper than that. And somehow there's a disconnect where we don't understand that all of that stuff that we complaining about, that black men came together on social media, whether that's the Manosphere or some other places on social media, to talk about the destruction that they see. All of that stuff go together. It's not separate. These are not separate issues. So either we cool with the destruction or we ain't cool with it. Because as long as black women are of the mindset that they gotta get the bag any way they can, taking you to the cleaners for all your whatever you get, be it big or small, be it a small bag or a big bag, she just doing business. And you can't complain. Cause she winning. And if she win over you, if somebody winning, somebody else gotta be a loser. See, winning for women is the fulfillment of the internal 5. Let's get on that for a second. Winning for women, not men. I'm not using a masculine measuring stick. This is a feminine measuring stick. The measuring stick for the win of a woman is the achievement of excellence in the first 5, which allows her to get a man that's gonna give her the external 5 without her personally having to work for it. Y'all do not hear me today. Y'all do not hear me today. Winning for women has always been, since time immemorial, is the development of her internal 5, her spiritual, her health, her family, her appearance, her dwelling, which gives her the opportunity to get a man that gives her mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth without her personally having to go get it. That's what being covered is about. See, the saying around here is that the wall is undefeated. But really what we mean to be saying is that biology is undefeated, because even some of the most stomped down 304s that's public with it eventually wants a man to do that for her. I don't care if she spent the first 48 years of her life talking about how she don't need no man, and how she got the bag, and how a man can't do this, and a man don't got to do that, and she get going running through these Negroes, and I don't care what she said. And I don't care how she said it. Even some of the most stomped down 304s are still biologically women, and there is a lack of fulfillment, especially the older she gets, and she wants what she biologically craves as a female. It is undefeated. Even ex-porn stars that was famous. So when you become famous in the adult film industry, that's where you actually get the money from. See, these low-level, you know what I'm saying, chicks don't be making no money. But when you get higher up and your name become known, and you know what I'm saying, you working with different production companies and blah, 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 that's when you can get your money up. And they still be wanting, this is a public 304. She still, after all of that, after getting her money, after being ran through, and she might have enjoyed that. She might have enjoyed that. And then eventually, because she don't age out of the adult film industry, because far as I know, they got granny porn, don't they? So you don't really age out. There's a niche for everybody. She just stopped. Because why? She ain't getting nothing out of it no more. As broken as her vessel is, she don't want to hold that no more. And she want what? A man. To do what? Thank you, Chris Norwood. And she want that man to be monogamous. She does what? See, this is why it go the way to go. Them former adult film stars do what? They try to get religious. She goes back to trying to do something with her spiritual value. She go back to it. Biology is undefeated. This is undefeated. She go back. I gotta try to get right where? Spiritually, because that's where I'm broken at. She knew she was broken over there. So she try to do what? Find God. She become born again. She go try to find Jesus. She try to go back to the church. She try to reform herself. She try to see about her health, make sure she ain't got no incurable that she done picked up. So if she don't get one of them, and then she try to straighten up her appearance, so she can get a family. Because ultimately she's a female and her biology don't lie. Society can lie. The lost value system can lie, but biology does not. And she gonna find a simp lollipoppy to do it for her. She gonna find it. Shout out again to Danica, because that is a awesome nickname. That's the win for women. Going back to her biology. She got to go back. Only the most broken of the broken can't go back or don't want to. She's the broken of the broken. And that's actually a small percentage of women that can't go back, and then they convince themselves that they want to. I chose this life. It's the only life I could live, and I got to settle myself with that. Because if they was happy, Kevin Samuels would not have millions of subscribers. And they wouldn't call him. These same chicks trying to make a case for wanting to be covered. Thank you, Michael. So here's the question on the table. Do we, as a group of people, black women, and this question could go to black men too, do we want black women to be better, or do we like them the way they are under the lost value system? That's the question on the table. Because see, women are not the only ones that are fighting the femininity movement. Women are not the only ones fighting the femininity movement. Remember, the Cypher wanted to be in the Matrix. He was unplugged. He saw the reality. It was too much for him because the reality is work. You gotta work. You gotta do stuff to maintain your reality. He didn't want to do that work. It was easier to get plugged back into the Matrix and just deal with it. And you know it's fake. You know you being lied to, but the lie was more comfortable for him. So he asked to be plugged back in. Don't unplug me no more. Just leave me here because I'm comfortable here. So we comfortable under the lost value system. We comfortable with black women with all of the BS. Remember I said it cannot be compartmentalized. So you're not going to be able to take one part of the BS and hope that it benefits you, and then the next part that don't benefit you, you get to try to get around it. No workarounds. There are no workarounds. We either trying to get black women better or we not. And as long as there are black men, these maggles, these male hyenas out here upholding it, they always gonna feel like they winning because there is a faction of men that tell them that they are. So what are the solutions? Because we only got 5 minutes. So we got to decide what we want to do. Let's take a look at problem solve. Because see, when we got to solve a problem, there are 5 steps. I don't know if I've ever shown y'all this chart. I might have shown it one time if I shown something. But y'all want to see a rare chart? You want to see a rare chart? I got a rare chart. Thank you, Chris B. Because this chart is going to show us about how to solve a problem. Here's how to solve a problem. Let's roll. Let's go. The solution model. See the problem. That's step number 1. Use this step to identify the issues, circumstances, and or barriers that are preventing personal excellence. So this is the stage. That's why I called it phase 1. The problem. We got to talk about the problem. Identify it. What is the problem? What are the underlying issues that make this a problem? Why is it a problem? What's the outcomes? Why do we think it's a problem? Why do we think that the behavior and the mindset of black women has been problematic? Okay, now that we do that, what's the next step? The preparation. Use this step to make the necessary changes to their circumstances regarding any negative personal excellence. This is the emotional phase. This is when you feel some type of way about the problem. You done identified it. Now you feel some type of way. It done made you mad, or it made you sad, or it might even have made you determined. But most people get stuck right there. Emotional. Can't get out of feeling some type of way. So what are the problems we trying to solve? We are trying to solve the issue of black women's collective behavior because it has had negative repercussions for many generations now. The preparation is that we feel passionate about that. We don't like it. It's been problematic for black men. It has been problematic for black women. It has been problematic for black children. Okay. Now, the plan. This is where black folk get stuck. And where other people don't get stuck. The plan. Use this step to develop a strategy and set goals to achieve personal excellence. This is where the 10 life values comes in at. This is why we're talking about it, because the 10 life values is part of the plan. It's part of the strategy. How we gonna get out? This is why we talk about value systems to begin with. Because in order to formulate the plan, we have to understand how plans get formulated and what happened. We have to reverse engineer. This is why it was so important to make sure that people understood bioculturons. I don't do this stuff haphazardly. Myself and my team work in a very particular manner. and it is meant for a specific outcome. It is not haphazard. Let's go back. After the plan is the pursuit. Use this step to take the action to achieve personal excellence. So the pursuit is take the action that you said you wanted to take in the plan step. And then finally, the perfection. Use this step to evaluate and measure your progress towards personal excellence. Are the steps you taking getting you closer to your goal or further away from the goal? So we just went over a 5-step plan on how to solve the problem. But are we gonna do it? Are we gonna get past the preparation, the emotional part of it? Man, these black women out here doing blah, 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 da, 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 da. Okay, we get it. We understand. Now what we gonna do? And what we're gonna do, thank you again, Rob Mack, what we're gonna do depends greatly upon what we say we want. What do we want? First, my question goes to black women. What do we want? Do we want to be better women? If yes, then there is a method that starts with the 10 life values, which helps you to come out of the lost value system mindset, because that is a mindset. If everybody likes the way black women operate, then we need do nothing. Do nothing. Thank you, Philip. But also don't complain. That's the other key. See, we're not going to do both. We're not going to not do nothing and then complain when you step on the landmine and get blown to smithereens. Just get blown to smithereens quietly. That go for men and women. Now, this barn burner was brought to you by A Game. And what's today, y'all? Cyber Monday. So what that mean? We got a sale on some A Game. So all you got to do is do what? Click the link at the top of the chat. Put in the code Kendra20 to get your 20% off today only. Cyber Monday only. So fellas, if you want to be on your A game, ladies, you got men in your life that you want on their A game, then you got to click the link. And you got to get this awesome product sent to you for 20% off, okay? All right. I want to thank everyone for coming through, for your generous donations, for your time, for the super chats, for the cash apps. And I want to give a warm thank you to my team that made the sale possible. It made all these things possible. My channel wouldn't be what it is without them. From the animations to the wonderful commercials to this sale to the charts, everything you see. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.